Here we go!
We're feeling very gay because it's almost time to play. Grab your favorite chair with the Lucky Pierres. Yeah!
All right, guys, welcome back to the Lucky Pierres. Tonight we got a brand new movie review for you. It's a newer movie. It's called The Novice. All right, this was Shaw's pick, The Novice. What did you guys think?
I really liked it, but I feel like that's because I actually rode, so I probably enjoyed it more than most people would.
Yeah, so why don't you tell the people what this movie was about, really?
Well, it was a story of like a college freshman who finds purpose and develops a masochistic obsession with rowing, and she didn't really even know what it was until she got to college, which is a common thing. Like, a lot of schools don't have rowing.
Yeah, she just went,
but like, yeah,
balls deep right when she got into it. She's like, "This is the greatest thing, and I need to be the best at it." Yeah.
As a character, though, she's like that with everything.
Yeah, once they start to
homework
give you,
tests,
once they start to give you like
more
background, like you're like, oh, she's just crazy.
Like she does like tests 4 times in a row. You know.
Yeah, she has to be the best at what she does.
Yeah.
Which I can understand the complaint of like no backstory or setup, because it just starts and there she's like sitting in the first meeting for the rowing team.
That's my biggest complaint, is because when like these characters are real in real life, but like we know about their like history kind of a little bit, you know. We'll learn about it and where they came from, but we don't learn where she came from or why she's like that, really. You know what I mean?
I feel like it wasn't that detrimental unless you focus on it.
I was focusing on it.
That's kind of part of they kind of keep it a secret
Yeah.
for a reason, because it's part of the story that the other girl finds out.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know she's, what is it, like a president?
A Rhodes Scholar.
Yeah. You don't know that because the other girl thinks she like
she thinks they're both poor.
needs this.
She thinks she needs a scholarship, so she's okay with them both trying.
Yeah.
And then when she finds out she's rich, and has
she calls her just another
Silver
rich,
spoon girl.
Yeah, silver spoon girl.
That's why she cheated. And
Yeah. But then, I honestly kind of picked this because I figured you guys wouldn't know or would have questions about like what was actually realistic because like of the rowing thing, because some of it does seem like out there.
It does.
But like, so I did I did the same thing, but in high school. When I got to high school, like I had no idea what rowing was, but then like they like campus the school and are like, hey, like sign up for this sport or whatever. And like that, it really is how they convince and recruit you, how they do it in the movie. They're like, hey, you'll get in shape and like you'll make lifetime friends. You get to travel and be outside. And like those are all things when they sit in the first meeting and they're like, why did you want to do it? And she's like, I just wanted to make friends. Like that really is how they like do it.
Recruit you, yeah.
And then they really hammer into you that like you can get a scholarship if you do good at rowing, because colleges do recruit rowers and there's not as many people like good and serious about rowing as there are other sports, so it's not as competitive. Like it obviously it is to be like elite, but like if you're good in your high school in rowing, I know people that got college scholarships.
Yeah.
Whereas they weren't going to get a college scholarship for football or basketball.
It just takes a whole different kind of person as far as what you're built with and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like athletic. You know, basketball players aren't good at rowing probably, and football players.
They do. Like colleges rowing, they do recruit other athletes.
Oh, do they?
Like because that's what not the main girl, but the other one she was competing with the whole time. That's what she was. She was like, I'm only here because they told me I could get a scholarship. So she was like an athlete.
Yeah.
And like they recruit elite athletes because it does translate. Like same thing for like if you're super athletic, you're going to be able quicker to pick up a different sport than one you're good
100%,
at compared to somebody who's not.
Yeah. You got to be an athlete, but I'm just saying it takes a different kind of set of tools. You know what I mean?
Like even in the movie, he mentions like there's a lot of funny words or phrases that like go with rowing, like the coxswain. Or coxie, or just cox is what they call them. It's the person that sits in front of the boat and they just yell at you and
they're
steer.
kind of like the coach.
Yeah, while on the water, but they're just another student, which is how they tricked me into signing up for rowing. Because like the coxie, that's literally all they do. Like I mean, it's important because they steer the boat and they like yell at you like what you're doing wrong and like how to win the race or whatever the whole time you're doing it, but they're not doing the physical work.
No.
And like you have to be under a certain weight to do that position because they don't want, if a heavy person is there, it's like harder on everybody in the boat.
Yeah.
So you're small. So they're like, you just have to be under a certain weight. And as a freshman in high school, I was like 118 pounds, but I was already like close to 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
So like, you just have to be under a certain weight. And I was like, you mean I get all these perks and all I got to do is yell at these motherfuckers? Sign me up. When they knew the whole time going in I was too tall, but I didn't know that. So then when we started getting to like practices and stuff, like, oh no, I'm just full on rowing. I was not a coxie at all.
You started just actually rowing.
Yeah, like and like that quick shift like in the movie to them be like the two girls being obsessed with rowing and then like sitting by themselves and like using lingo and talking about like strategy and like, oh, you wouldn't know, like rowers only like attitude, like that's real, like 100%. It's like almost cult like when you get into it, because like all of your friends are doing it and like all you practice so much like in the movie that it really is how it is. Like you're practicing before school. So like early in the morning you're practicing,
like
then you go to
5 a.m.,
school, and then from school they make you run to practice, and you practice after school. So like you're spending all of your time with the team. So like it separates you. So like all your friends are doing like in rowing, which is cool as a high school kid because you get to travel with all your friends, boys and girls. It's like co-ed trips, and you go on a week-long like trip that's okay with the school, so you're missing school and doing a sport.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just like most sports. There's bonding.
Yeah.
In your team. Mm-hmm. You all have to work together. So.
Right, but then that's her downfall. Is like because it's a team sport and it breeds that like herd mentality, but she doesn't have it, and that's why she was never gonna like do well in rowing.
Right.
Because she's
not a team player.
Spirit, had no team spirit.
Yeah, she wasn't a team player. She was all about herself, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah,
But then she starts to find like rhythm a bit and like gets a girlfriend, which was new to her because in the beginning they show her like hooking up with a dude, and she was like, I just wanted to get like it over with, the awkward like hookup or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she like starts banging the TA who's a girl, and like, oh, you're like, oh, she's gonna like.
she's getting it together.
Yeah,
and then
pull
she
it
started
together,
doing
and
those
then
private lessons.
Then she fucking spirals.
She was doing
hard.
those private lessons too, which were helping her.
Yeah.
you know,
Which-
not lessons, but just private sessions.
That was kind of unrealistic.
Why is that?
Like those boats are $50,000. There's no way they're gonna give like a freshman who has no experience the keys.
Just
and be
access
like,
to 'em.
Take that boat out whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, yeah, then yeah, she spirals faster. Like you're like, oh, she's getting her life together. Like she's
Yeah.
gonna be okay, and then no, it just nosedives.
Yeah, she gets too into it and
Yeah.
obsesses and yeah.
But then like the destruction of your hands, 100% real.
Yeah, I imagine it's wood.
Like,
yeah.
like because if you wear gloves, it doesn't help because like the actual motion like just grinds anyways. And if you tape them, the tape gets ripped off. Like that is
Yeah,
because
it'd be brutal on your hands. Like
oh yeah, like
calluses and stuff, like blisters.
Once it calluses up though, you're good.
Yeah.
Like so when you start, you get like literally blisters where every little digit is.
Right.
And then it calluses and you're good.
It's like when you start playing the guitar. Like same
like,
thing. You get
oh, yeah.
calluses and
Drums.
yeah.
Yeah,
Same,
well,
same.
Sticks, yeah.
that's one of the things the coaches liked in high school because like I'm almost obsessive compulsive with it. Like I'll pick at or pop like anything I have. So like blisters, when I got those blisters, I straight up would like pop them and then rip the skin off. So it was like an open wound. But the coach is like, that's the best thing to do because yeah, for a day or two that is gonna suck because it's like an open cut.
Yeah.
But it starts to heal immediately,
Yeah.
and then you get calluses.
Of course, yeah.
But like a lot of people would like
Just let them linger.
keep the
yeah.
blister there as long, and it like makes it worse because it just spreads and gets gross.
Yeah, it's like a splinter. You just got to get it out and you know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a great shot, though. By the way, that gym is cool. I love that old school gym. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, it's always underfunded.
no high tech, state of the art, no TVs or nothing. Just all business. That's
Yeah.
cool. But like, I like that shot though when she's looking in the mirror. It says, what's it say? It says, remember your competition.
Yeah.
You know, right under it. That's her, which is foreshadowing.
She's insane.
That's her main enemy or challenger is her mind. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But that's the thing, though. I don't know if I believe. That's my biggest beef with the movie. I don't know if I believe the character just because I don't know enough about her. I get that people obsess over rowing and all
I feel like
sports.
because then she talks a little bit about how like she was salutatorian in school and like was insane to try and beat the kid who was valedictorian.
I remember that story.
But then she like never did it. Like she's like, no, I came in second, but he came in third.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so you put in all that work to come in second. Like
it seems like she's like obsessive about stuff, but she's never quite good enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Which is sad, but
yeah.
No, she picks the stuff that's hardest for her.
most challenging.
Yeah.
To challenge her, like the lady said, like you're not good at physics, so why are you?
Why are you
physics
majoring it?
Well,
Yeah.
why are you majoring in it, and why are you so obsessed about this test? Like, if you get a B, it's good. You're not good.
It's just a way to like satisfy her.
Yeah, she has to be
Yeah, she's hard on
obsessed with it.
herself.
That's crazy, man.
And then, but like with the hand thing, when hers is infected and like she has those black lines, that never would have gone unnoticed. Like a teammate and a coach would have immediately been like, "Go to the fucking hospital," because she's like training in a sports bra, so her arms are out there, and there's like fucking black like lines going up her arms from her hands being infected, and nobody says a word.
What kind of infection?
Well, it's like an open wound, and then you get water in there. So like all the bacteria from the water, like if you don't take care of the open wounds on your hands, it gets infected.
Is that transmittable?
No, it's just like in getting a cut infected.
Yeah, so it's not like
she has to
staph
go to the
infection or
hospital,
nothing. Where
but like, well, because that line means like your veins are infected.
yeah,
If that goes
it
to your
didn't look
heart, you
good.
die.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
Like you can get the same thing from like playing video games too much, where you get like the red line going from.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
No, no, but yeah, that I mean,
And then like how
Intense.
how they talk about missing spring break, like that's a real thing. Like I missed spring break in high school because we went to a regatta, is what the races are called.
Yeah.
So for spring break, like we would go for the whole week of spring break to Marietta, Ohio, for like a big rowing meet.
I'm sorry.
Which was, no, dude, it was sick. Which I was gonna. That is where I got in trouble for putting a boy in the figure 4 leg lock. Okay, because a little bit of background here. I was athletic enough, but like I got to the point in rowing where I was like the best of the rejects, and I was fine with that. So like the coach would like put me in charge of like the not good people to keep them in line.
Yeah.
And they knew like I wasn't going to take it more serious than that. So like what happened, like I literally, me and a kid were like roughhousing, whatever. We were like freshmen in high school, maybe sophomores. And I legit got him in a figure 4, but like was cranking it.
That hurts,
And
man.
like we were by boats, which I just told you are like $50,000 to $75,000.
Yeah.
And like the coach was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Oh no, I'm dead." And he just goes, "Take him away from the boats." So I just stood up and like dragged him and just sunk the figure 4 back in. But like on that regatta, like the people found bodies in the Ohio River. Like it was madness.
No way.
Oh yeah,
That's
it
crazy.
was sick.
Man. I bet you they find. I wonder how often that happens in rowing, that people find bodies.
His name was Rich Pospeach, by the way.
Who?
The kid I put in the figure 4.
No need to drop names.
He tapped
here.
out.
Yeah.
I still didn't let him go. And then like, well, okay. Then a little thing they kind of skip over in the movie, you see, when she got thrown out of the boat.
Yeah.
Like that's called catching a crab. That's a real thing that happens.
She got hit with the oar, right?
Oh yeah. So like because there's so much momentum when you're rowing, when you put the oar in, like
it'll
it
hit the
gets
water.
moved.
Yeah.
But like so if you put it, you have to put it in straight. Like if you pay attention to that, like what they do, they when it comes out of the water, you put it flat. You bring it back, you put it down, and like do it again.
Yeah.
If you put it in slanted, because of the momentum, the water catches it and straight up shoots the oar.
Dang.
So like they call it catching a crab, but it's like you get stuck in the water and it catches it and takes it. And like basically if they think you're weak or if you're a pussy, if you dodge it, like if you, because you can, if you know that happened, if you're quick, you can move out of the way and the oar just shoots past you and fucking possibly hits the person behind
Ooh,
you.
man.
But then the oar smacks up against the boat and there's a chance of breaking a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So like it happened to me before, and like, but what happens is if you don't puss out and like you take it, there's a chance it's gonna knock you out of the boat, or hit you in the face and you're knocked unconscious, or both. But like I was tall enough, so like when it happened to me, because it happens to almost everybody, but not always that violently. When it happened, I just took it and like it like left a bruise across my chest.
Did it?
But like yeah, it just, and I was like, "Ugh."
Knocks the wind out of
And
you.
then yeah, you're done. But like at that same where they found the body in the river, a kid in a race got knocked out of the boat like that, unconscious. They had to like dive in and get him.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like if you put the oar in wrong, the water just takes it and it straight up hits you.
Catching
and
a crab.
You're screwed.
Wow. I knew it was going to happen when they talked about it earlier. Of like, someone's going to catch a crab. Yeah.
She got knocked out though.
Yeah, it was nuts. You know what this movie reminds me of is I don't know if you guys have seen Whiplash.
Yeah.
Definitely some of that, right? I mean, minus the aspect of
talking about the skating movie,
the instructor. No, the drumming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, minus the aspect of the instructor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just her being super hard on herself.
I thought the cinematography, the score, and everything, acting was super good.
The sound. I think the person who did the sound for this did the sound for that roller derby girl movie that was like a big deal a few years ago.
What's that called?
I don't know.
With Drew Barrymore? Yeah.
That's what I thought you were talking about when you said
Yeah,
Whiplash.
what the hell is that movie called? Whip something.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And Isabel Furman has not been in much stuff, but she's already one of my favorite actresses because she's an orphan.
yeah, I looked that up. I'm like, this is the chick
Yeah,
from Orphan, which she was
yeah.
great.
I need to
And she's
watch
gonna be in
that.
the new one, which is
I
insane.
need
She's
to watch
great.
that before we go see the new one.
Yeah.
She is great in this movie.
Oh, she's so good. Yeah.
And also another thing that was great in this movie was the editing. I thought the editing was
yeah.
really good, really
was gonna put-
fast, and just like it makes you feel uncomfortable, which I think is its intention. You know what I mean?
With the music and the pace and
Yeah,
everything.
my
Yeah.
next
The pacing's
thing was
really
like,
quick.
The dialogue is almost secondary in this movie
Yeah, there's not much of it.
because like the sound design and like the jarring visuals are like what drives the movie, and like so like they do slow motion and then they do like rapid editing, so it like jumps around and then
I was honestly about the dialogue. I was like pretty impressed with the dialogue because it was almost like it was more real than a lot of movies.
yeah, but
It was very like it was like almost like all right, just act as if they would. You know,
Yeah.
There was no script. They're like, oh, just
Well,
act.
that's why I just meant like it was almost like secondary because it's not what draws you into the movie, which normally it is.
Yeah.
But like there's the weird dreamlike sequences and then like the surreal depiction of like her being isolated like by her like her own self-inflicted isolation. Mm-hmm. And then like that's all like has nothing to do with the dialogue. It's all the editing and the sound.
Yeah, I think the only like good, like feel good moments were with the guy coach. He was actually kind of easy
Yeah.
on her. He said some nice things to her, you know, and that was
Everybody
like,
kept telling her to relax. Just relax.
yeah,
like,
relax,
calm down.
Yeah, he was probably the coolest character. And then the woman coach was okay too. She was,
I didn't have that experience. They were never telling me to relax.
yeah.
They were driving a van behind me while I was running fucking 8 miles yelling at me. So
How did you guys take the ending? Like, what do you think happened? When she crossed her name off?
oh, she quit.
Yeah, but why do you think she quit? I think it's because she broke the record.
I think
Because
that as
everybody
well.
pushed out because of the lightning.
Yeah.
And she's the only one who kept going, and then she timed herself and checked, and she broke it. So she's like, I don't need this anymore.
Right.
I did it.
Yeah.
She
I-
proved
I-
herself right, and she's, or you know, and I think with you, she broke the record.
But I feel like people will be surprised that she quit in the end. But I wasn't surprised. I felt like she was going to quit either way. If she beat the record or didn't beat the record, she was quitting either way.
Yeah, but just the way people were looking at her
Oh, yeah.
makes me feel like she beat the record.
And oh yeah, they looked
They
at her,
did-
she was out of her mind.
They lost respect for her in a way, but they gained some too. I think.
But
I don't know.
The only thing I don't really understand is like the self mutilation part of the movie.
Yeah, why was
'Cause
it
where
on her
she,
like sides and stuff?
I think that those were like
With
her
the-
problem areas because she wasn't like the rower, like her body type.
her body
just
type,
what-
yeah.
But like,
but what was cutting yourself
but yeah,
with
like
scissors
exactly,
gonna do?
like she sliced her legs and like her stomach so much
Why
that
did-
I
what
didn't
was
get
that?
it. I don't know. I think it was just to show. I would have put besides showing like her obsessive compulsive tendencies and driving home the point that if you don't slow down or chill out, like you're gonna end up like this girl. I don't understand what the point of that was.
I think
Weird,
she's
yeah.
so intensely competitive that, like, she was just in her own head. She's so intense.
I get it, but like I don't know how that was gonna help. Like that was never gonna be helpful.
I think it's a coping mechanism. Like,
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, you got anything else to add, or you guys want to get to ratings?
I loved everything except for the whole, I don't know, like, substance and plot-wise. It's just not my...
Cup of tea.
It's not my thing. So, like, I wasn't... But the cinematography and acting, the acting was great.
It
The
was.
cinematography is really good. But just, like, the actual basis for the movie of rowing, like you said,
Yeah.
obviously, it's not, like...
The subject matter, yeah.
doesn't really
Well, so I
draw me
don't-
in, like...
yeah.
Like Sophia's best friend's boyfriend rode in high school. So I told her, I was like, tell him to watch this movie. I need like somebody else that rode to watch it to tell me like if they like it or not.
Yeah.
Because like I did read stuff online and like there were people that like rode that like were like hated it and then other people that like loved it.
I was reading those too, yeah.
But however, some of the people that were like, "Oh, I hated it. It's not realistic." I go, I don't know what experience you had with rowing, because even if you didn't like the movie, like it was exactly like how I experienced rowing.
That's cool that it was accurate, though. All right, you guys want to get the ratings?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Shaw, you want? Well, I'll go first. I gave it a 6.5.
Okay.
Basically, because the lack of character backstory. I just
Right.
want to know why.
Which I said
I
right
wanna
away,
know
like,
why she
I knew that was gonna
is
bother
that
a lot
way
of
she
people.
is. I mean, if someone's that crazy obsessive and stuff like that, I want to know why. And I just didn't get that, and I just didn't buy the character. But I thought the acting was great. I thought that the editing was great. A lot of good aspects, but that's the main thing. And character for me is the biggest thing. So that's why I gave it a 6.5. I have to explain. But what about you guys?
I gave it a 6.
6.
Just because I thought it maximized like what you can do for me personally as like a rowing movie.
Yeah.
Like, I would never watch a rowing movie otherwise.
Right. Well,
I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm the same way.
That's why I just made you download Heart of Champions, because it's another rowing movie, and I'm not paying to watch it.
I'm the same way. I forgot to add that. The reason I didn't give it a higher score is because I'm
You don't
not
relate,
I'm
yeah.
not into rowing. It's not my subject matter.
Well, we
I'm,
knew
I'm
that,
an
though,
athlete.
like-
I'm an athlete, but like I don't care for rowing so much, you know. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it an 8, but I openly admit because I relate to the content of the story.
yeah, you're a bit biased, you know. But that's no.
It was a cool look into something we're
No
not
fault.
familiar with. Like
That's true.
A different sport that we don't even like really
Oh, yeah.
pay attention to.
That's true.
So,
Yeah,
like,
it was super like Shaw said, accurate too, and it's
And-
pretty. It's like an intimate look.
Yeah.
Isabella Furman went like all out for it. Like
She's
was
so good.
So good. Yeah.
She's so good. Like
I don't know how they're gonna make.
Yeah, I don't know what
another
she's going to be in The Orphan.
orphan. She's gonna be the same girl, but like I read an article. She said like what they did. She's seen like the clips after. She said it's insane. They didn't use like CGI or makeup or anything. It's just like she looks
Practical.
young.
It's all practical.
But yeah,
But the thing is, it's a prequel.
is it?
It's a prequel. First Kill. It's called Orphan First Kill. How does that work?
She's gonna be as young or younger.
I don't know.
How does that even work? She's supposed to be younger, and that movie was filmed 13 years ago.
It's supposed to
That's
come
a 2009
out
movie.
real soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
It was
it's
supposed to come out today, wasn't it?
I thought it was next. Is it next month?
No, it's late this month. I think today.
I thought it was
maybe.
today.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we
We're
gotta look
watching
at that.
that,
But yeah, Isabel
We're watching
Furman.
it.
Isabel Furman's great. All right, guys, the final verdict for The Novice. What do you think? See it ASAP, see it whenever, or skip it?
Whenever. Unless you're obsessed with rowing.
Yeah, I'd say see it whenever, because the masses are not going to care because it's rowing like I did.
Yeah, I'd also say see it whenever. It is well done and it's good,
And
but
there's
it's
some very cool stuff about it, but
it's just not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
And not many people at all's cup of tea. So, yeah, that one, see it whenever. All right, guys, we got the movie quote game. Joe's got a quote for us. We got to guess it. What do you got, Joe?
That rug really tied the room together.
Big Lebowski.
Okay.
That rug really tied the room together, did it not?
Fucking A.
This guy peed on it.
Donnie, please.
Nice.
If you guys didn't get that, I was gonna leave.
You got to get that. Nice one. All right, that's points for us. Yeah. And that's our review for The Novice, guys. Thank you for watching. We love you, and we'll see you very, very soon.